don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, it's part of the show.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee. A damn fine cup of coffee. A damn fine cup of coffee.
Hello, what ho! Welcome back to another exciting adventure of The Plain Truth. I'm your host, Travis Finley. Make sure my hotkeys are working. It's episode 21, and it was taking me so long. My laptop, Anthony, if you're out there listening, my laptop, man. When I'm in California, for some reason, this thing just wants to slow down. So I should have been up and running at 7, but it just didn't happen. Just did not happen. So it is what it is. I think I'm just going to jump straight into the Miles the Liar Davis shenanigans, because I just don't have the time right now, because I've got other stuff coming up later on today. And where is my... I'm trying to think of... okay, so I did that, and here we go. All right. This is Miles's response to my reaction to his video. I have not seen this at all, so this is going to be a reaction video to Miles. So anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. I do appreciate it. I know that there's another platform active right now, live, and all that good stuff. So thanks for being here, Flat Earth Data and Sleeping Warrior and Brandon Toy. I appreciate it very much so. So as soon as my laptop catches up with it, oh, you know what? I've got to change my settings. Oh no, here it comes. All right, and the sound is muted. So let me get that going. I'll get caught up here in a second. Just a minute, boys. Cleary, Brian Leakey, thanks so much, guys, for being here. This is not going to be an open panel, so I appreciate it.
A very warm welcome to you. Well, I expect you're starting to get a little bit sick of seeing this picture. But
no, we're not getting sick of seeing the picture. We're not getting sick of seeing the picture, Miles. We're getting sick of the lies. The lies, Miles, the lies.
Bass Rock from Kinghorn at 37 meters elevation, and from Dalgety Bay at around 5 meters elevation, the saga continues. As I said in the last video that I published on this subject, I have had one video response to my original video. That response came from a YouTuber who goes by the name of The Plain Truth. I believe his first name is Travis. And Travis has posted a video in which he doesn't really respond properly to the observation or to the challenge that I presented. The challenge that I presented was for Flat Earthers to provide their explanation for why the majority of mass rock is obscured from view at Dalgety Bay at 5 meter elevation. And yet is almost fully visible from 37 meters at Kinghorn in Fife. Now, a number of flat earthers have made have sort of misunderstood this challenge and have demanded further details, and they've specified the details that they require. Travis has also demanded further details, but he hasn't actually specified what details he wants, and he's been somewhat rude.
Yes, I have. In his comment section, if you go to the comment section, I ask for distances, I ask for the location of the buoy. That's the information that I wanted, and then I also asked for more photographs. So it's very clear what I've asked for, and it's not
and unpleasant in
difficult
the
to
way that he
understand.
has gone about it, as you'll see from a comment shortly. However, he has gone to the trouble of making a video in which he criticizes and questions the nature of my observation. So the video is to respond to him. Before I go on to actually talk about his video, he has.
I know, Essie. I'm sorry. I'm such a rude boy. Such a bad llama. Bad llama. Try to minimize this a little bit because I can't see the chat as well. All right, so I'm gonna make that a bit. All right, I'm gonna speed up Miles's. Hold on. Oh, I had a sneeze. All right.
Has been demanding that I produce all the details and analysis of my observation. And I have told him that I wanted to get the observation out and ask for Fata's explanations for it before doing that. Partly because it actually takes quite a long time to go through all the analysis and then to.
Okay, this is okay. This is all just regurgitated poop. This is regurgitated hooey. Okay, because he's gonna have to do the work anyway. I don't understand why he just didn't do the work to begin with and put it in the notes or in text on his video. This is not an unreasonable request for the data that I've asked him for.
Narrate and compile a video that contains all the relevant bits and pieces. And I don't have a huge amount of time. I'm sitting here today simply in 5 minutes having a cup of coffee, and I'm going to talk about and show parts of the video that Travis has posted. This doesn't take very long to do, but the detailed analysis does take some time, and my hand being still suffering the after effects of the stroke that I suffered does mean that it takes me a little bit longer to control the mouse or the touchpad and to actually go through all the analysis and compile a video. Perhaps Travis should just think about this and present his explanation for my observation instead of making totally unnecessary demands. Anyway, on to his comment and his video. So this is a screenshot of the comment that Travis posted on my most recent video on this observation. He states, "So you're ignoring my reaction. Gotcha." Well, I'm not. In the video, I actually say that I'm going to make this video. I'm going to make a video dealing with this reaction, so I do not ignore it. And he asks, "Why are you blathering on? Give the FKN details like I asked." Again, as I said, a rather rude and somewhat aggressive approach. However, I'm going to ignore that and actually deal with his video. And yes, Travis, in the fullness of time, you will get all the relevant details and analysis of my observation. So the first 3 minutes of Travis's video contains some film footage from a movie of somebody beating up somebody else in the toilet. And Travis labels himself as the person doing the beating up and me as the victim. I guess this was some sort of attempt at a joke, but there is a veiled threat of actual violence here, which, well, If you want to see it, you can look at the video yourself. I have sped this up to get past it, if you like, but just so that you can see exactly what the content is. Of course, this has absolutely nothing to do with my observation or anything to do with a flat Earth explanation for my observation, which was what I asked flat Earthers to provide. But anyway, Travis is free to put whatever he likes on his own channel. So the next portion of Travis's video is just him introducing himself and making some comments about audio issues he's been having that delayed his response video. And then he will go on to play my video. So the next portion of Travis's video.
All right, so now I see that my poopin' audio was off. So you guys didn't hear me at all, right? When I was stopping it and interacting. Yeah, so just for the record, I stated, I thought I was using my stream keys. I apologize, guys. Just pulling this up to check on my volume. All right. See how slow my laptop's moving? This is like delayed all my days. All my days are waiting for this thing to catch up with itself. Okay, so I guess that my volume, my audio was off. So at the beginning when Miles was globe flaking soy boying about my opening montage, that's the opening of my show, Miles, 3 o'clock high. He complained, this part has nothing to do with my video. No shit. It's my opening to my show. And Miles, I am not threatening you with violence, okay? You scare me. All right? I'm a gamma. You're an alpha. And I was trying to just express my gamma-ness by making that video clip and make myself the bully. But in all honesty, Miles, I'm afraid of you, okay? I'm scared of you. So, no threat of violence, my friend, okay? It's out there. You got it? No friend of violence. I mean, no threat of violence. I'm not a friend of violence either. I can swap my OS drive for an SSD 3 times faster. All right, John Lloyd, hit me up with how to do that, okay? Hit me up with how to do that. I'll put my email address right here. And then I think you already have my email address, but for whatever, it's right there. All right. I'm going to stop going off and on mute because I had put myself on mute by accident. So here we go. We're going to go back to Miles Davis.
Pause it, making comments occasionally. So what I will do here is simply edit out his comments and address them.
All right, that wouldn't have been a long video. It wouldn't have made the video longer if you would have just put in the data on the screen or in the description. And now you're just simply making work for yourself. If anybody like me, put in a request for all that information because now you got to do it anyway. You should have just done it.
So the first point is, it would actually have made the video considerably longer because I would have had to explain the information that was being provided, and that would have made it longer. It would also have taken me a rather long time to actually make that video with all that information.
Oh my God, blather, blather, excuse,
I am in the process of doing that, but I want to make sure everything is absolutely correct before publishing.
Oh, really? You want to make sure that everything is absolutely correct before publishing, okay? if you wanted to do that, you would have more than one gotcha photo, more than one picture. You don't have all the data.
So, Travis, rather than sort of criticizing, why not just address the question that was asked? What is the flat Earth explanation for this observation?
My answer again is I cannot give you an answer until you give me more photographs. I have one photograph, and it's a very poor photograph, an overexposed photograph from you, Miles, which I will restate. I believe you overexposed it for a reason which heretofore has yet to be disclosed, but I believe it will be in the days following. That's a little bit of a foreshadowing, my peeps. We have some interesting data to release about this observation. That is absolute bullshit. Look at this resolution here. This looks like it could be a cave. This could be a cave here in the rock. This could be a cave. Miles, you have no idea where this horizon is, nor is there anywhere near any semblance of resolution here to say that this rock, if it is a rock, is on the horizon. No way. No way. Listen to what he's suggesting, and all you ballers out there, all you globe flakes, are just nom 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 nom. Say it again, Miles. Nom nom nom. Look at this boat right here. There's not even enough resolution. This is not a good picture, Miles. Look at how blurry the lighthouse is. Look at how blurry this lighthouse is. Oh my word. Not only that, start over here. Horizon, horizon, horizon. Oh, look, Bass Rock is right on the horizon. Why can't you say that? Why can't you say that? Horizon, 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 Bass Rock is on the horizon, Bass Rock is on the horizon, blah, 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 blah. There's no resolution here. You have no depth perception here. Go on, make another claim.
So this was one of the reasons that I didn't want to post all the details and the analysis for my initial video. The point being that flat earthers pick up on any little thing that you think you can criticize, rather than actually dealing with
Oh, like the fine details. Yeah, we pick on the fine details, Miles.
the nature of the observation itself. I do know that those rocks, Travis, they're not caves, and my full-length video, when it comes out,
Look, I take your word for it that they're not caves. I'm saying that if you're looking at that photograph and you don't know what you're seeing, they look like caves. My point was, which you missed, is that the island itself looks like it's right on the horizon.
will explain why I know and how I know that they are indeed rocks. As for the blurriness of the picture, well, they are taken over a considerable distance, and that just happens.
How do you know what's missing? How do you know there's anything missing here? You don't have any deets. You don't have any details on the height of the rock. You don't have any details. Look at right here. I just noticed this right here. A little meniscus here. Come on, man. This is poor show, poor form. This is bad form. You cannot say how much is missing or that there is anything missing. Frankly, there's nothing missing. This island is right here. The shoreline is right here. Now, I don't know what's going on here because it's not a good picture. So I'm not going to make any claims except for the fact that I know that's not curvature. That's not curvature. Now, here's one other thing that I have come across in my investigations. As you move laterally across the horizon, you are not staying at the same distance. This horizon, this horizon, this horizon could be a different distance than this horizon right here. What I mean by that is, if you had a boat sitting on the horizon here, and its coordinates were XYZ, and you had a boat on the horizon here, and its coordinates were ABC, they're not in the same position, even though they look like they're on the same horizon. Same thing over here, okay? This is not a fixed location. In your world, it has to be. In the real world, it ain't.
So, Travis, I know that we're seeing the majority of the Bass Rock here because I've seen many pictures of the Bass Rock, and I've actually viewed the Bass Rock from much closer locations myself.
Okay, did I say that you're not seeing the majority of Bass Rock here? And the image that you're showing us right here is the overlay. So which one are you talking about? I didn't say you're not seeing the majority of Bass Rock. I didn't say that.
The lighthouse gives us a decent indication of just how much we are seeing because we know the elevation of that lighthouse and we know the total height of the Bass Rock. But these are not important details in my observation. My observation is from 37 meters at Kinghorn. You see vastly more of the Bass Rock than you do from 5 meters at Dalgety Bay. And that is it. That's what the video is about. And these other
Okay, you see more at 37 meters than you do at 5 meters. Okay, this is the obvious, Miles. You're saying if I increase my elevation, I'm going to see more. Oh, yeah. And what's your point? You're not only increasing your elevation, you're decreasing the distance to the observation. You're getting higher and closer, right? And then when you go farther away, you move lower. Okay? That's the exact opposite. If you move farther away, you want to get higher. You're doing things bass-ackwards. And Sleeping Warrior, I believe, has aptly dubbed you Miles the Liar Davis, right? You're a liar.
Details are not important, as I've shown in my video where I give the globe Earth explanation for the observation. And the meniscus that you refer to is part of the Bass Rock. That's the shape that those cliffs make when viewed from this particular angle. It's not a water meniscus.
I know it's not a water meniscus, Miles. I was making fun of the observation. I know that it wasn't a water meniscus. These ballers, they can't. Sarcasm. Why can't ballers sarcasm? Globe flakes.
You make a number of points about the horizon, but don't provide any evidence of your own to back those up. But they're not relevant to the observation in question. So deal with the observation in question and deal with the challenge in question, rather than...
All right, hold on. I got to hear this back.
Making up in question, but don't provide any evidence. It's not a water meniscus. You make a number of points about the horizon, but don't provide any evidence of your own to back those up.
Okay. Miles, my observations and my interpretations don't depend on distance. I don't have to prove that there's curvature blocking the observation. That's your job. This is a straw man. You're making a false accusation here because my claim has nothing to do with dependence on the distance. I've said this numerous times, and now you're bringing it up as a point of criticism when it's incorrect.
But they're not relevant to the observation in question. So deal with the observation in question and deal with the challenge in question, rather than just making up spurious criticisms of the pictures themselves.
Okay, you asked me to interact with the pictures that you provided, one from Kinghorn and one from Dalgety. That's what I'm doing. I'm pointing out the details that are necessary to properly assess and respond to your video.
Now, as I say, the distances involved and precise angles are not particularly important for today's video.
Oh, you sound a lot like Critical Think. Yeah, I know there's an inferior mirage there, but it's not significant. It has no bearing on what we're looking at.
Oh, really? So you just hand-wave dismiss an inferior mirage while I go out and point out why you shouldn't hand-wave dismiss it, and you haven't addressed my challenge at all at all. So again, we don't need to worry about distances and angles. Ridiculous.
Well, I didn't mention inferior mirage at all, so I don't know what on earth you're talking.
Okay, that inferior mirage reference, Miles. These people are insane. I referred to Critical Think. Critical Think hand-waved dismissed the inferior mirage in his data. You just hand-wave dismissed distance and angle in your data. What's the dynamic equivalence? The hand-wave dismissal. You both hand-wave dismissed crucial data. That was the point, Miles.
About. And I'm not hand-waving things away. What I'm saying is there's an observation. We see a lot of the Bass Rock from high elevation and closer to it, and we see very little of the Bass Rock from further away and a lower elevation.
This is absolutely insane. If we're closer and higher up, we see more. But if we get lower down and farther away, we see less. Could you explain that to me? Like, no, I can't. because you're a grown man, and if you don't know the reason, I can't fix stupid. I can't fix stupid.
Can you provide a flat Earth explanation for such an observation? It's a simple challenge, and you do not require any more details than the details that have been provided in order to meet that challenge, or at least you shouldn't need any more details. Here is a second photograph. This is taken from a different location, from Dalgety Bay, and at 5 meters above sea level.
Okay, so right now we have a 111 foot and a 20 foot observation, 37 meters and 5 meters. Okay, the 37 meters is at the observation that's closer to the island. The lower elevation is at the distant observation. My question is, why are you doing things in reverse? When you move farther away, shouldn't you elevate yourself? But you're lowering your viewing angle. Okay, just pointing this out. Whatever. The other thing is why was your viewer height at Kinghorn 37 meters? Just asking. Was that the only available? Could you not go to the beach? Right? Just asking. This is all details that I would want to understand and know as a professional amateur photographer.
Why do you think it's doing things in reverse? I'm simply saying this is what I can see from 37 meters at Kinghorn, and this is what I see from 5 meters at Dalgety Bay. The spherical Earth.
Okay, let's see if he answers my question from my video. My question was, why did you take a 37-meter observation at Kinghorn? That's my question. Let's see if he addresses it.
Model provides a very good explanation for why I see what I see from those two locations. And I'm asking whether flat earthers can provide a similar explanation based on a flat Earth.
Yes, we can, Miles, but we need more information, and I speak for the trees, okay? I speak, I believe, for SE Montreal, for Flat Earth Data, for anybody else out here. We're not going to make a critical evaluation of one image from one location. I'm telling you, that's not enough information, and I explain why in my video.
As for why I was at 37 meters at Kinghorn, it's simply that's the highest vantage point from which I had an image of the Bass Rock.
Okay, why didn't you get a shot from the beach? That doesn't really answer my question. I mean, it does, because I said, why did you take the shot from 37 meters? And you said that's the highest vantage point. Okay, but why didn't you get a beach shot too? Because you're 5 meters at Dalgety. Why didn't you take a 5-meter one from Kinghorn?
I have published videos that show the Bass Rock as viewed from 25 meters and 5 meters and I think 2 meters from Kinghorn. 25.
Wait, hold on.
I have published videos that show the Bass Rock as viewed from 25 meters.
All right, so now he's referring to something else that he's done where he's given out more information. That was not made available, as far as I know, in his show notes or anywhere in his video. Like, he could have said, if you want to see this, go look at this video. But now he's giving that information. Fine.
And 5 meters and I think 2 meters from Kinghorn. And they show exactly what we'd expect on a spherical Earth as well. But on this particular occasion, I had the observation from Dalgety Bay, and I looked back through my old videos to find the highest elevation, the elevation that showed as much of the Bass Rock as possible, simply so that people could see just how much of the Bass Rock was obscured from view when looking from Dalgety Bay. This is not difficult to understand. The challenge is very simple, Travis. Why don't you go about actually addressing the challenge rather than trying to find criticisms and questions that are meaningless? So if I change the transparency on the Dalgety Bay image, having lined it up quite carefully, you can see that we are missing a very, very large amount of Bass Rock.
All right, you are not missing a very, very large amount of Bass Rock.
Wow. I mean, just wow. How can you look at these images and look at the overlay and the fade in and out and not think that a large...
I will tell you how I can think that. Because you only gave us one photograph. I'm telling you that if you go back and take another photograph from Dalgety Bay, from that 5 meters, you're going to get more island. You're going to get more island. That's what I'm saying. So I cannot say how much is missing here. I can't say how much is missing. So that's why I'm saying there's not a lot missing. I can't tell you how much. You can show me with your little Jose J.G. Gonzalez, Sean G. Blink test shenanigans, sure. But that's, I don't fall for that. I'm not going to fall for your banana in the tailpipe trick.
Portion of the Bass Rock is obscured from your view at Dalgety Bay. I'm almost speechless.
Okay. All right. So let me do full screen. No, that's not doing full screen. Whatever. Okay. Bass Rock is 107 meters high, 350 feet. Okay. This portion.
All right, hold on. Now, he just made a comment here of.
Let me do full screen. No, that's not doing full screen. Whatever. Okay.
All right, so watch this text. Okay, this is his text. All right. So I'm here on Wikipedia, and I've got it highlighted. The highest elevation is 107. So, you know, he's giving this information of 115 meters. Okay, whatever. I'm showing it from Wikipedia. So why don't you jump on over to Wikipedia there, Miles, and correct them.
This rock is 107 meters high, 350 feet. Okay. This portion right here is the same width as this arrow. And when I move this arrow down, I could fit 4 of them in here. Okay. So this is 1/4 the height of the total island. Okay. So we have 350 times 25%, 350. Okay, hold on. Times. Let me do it this way to see, make sure, right? So that's 88 times 4. Yeah, okay. So this is 88 feet, okay? So you're telling me that this is 264 feet missing. Okay, you haven't done any calculations, you haven't looked at the refractive index, you haven't looked at the temperature, nothing. Nothing, okay? So you're telling me that this is 88 feet and this is 264 feet. You're telling me that you believe that from this point down to this point is happening on the other side of this horizon. You believe that there is a lower level of water at the base of this island 27 miles away. Okay? Think about this, everybody who's watching this. Think about this. Where is this buoy? He hasn't told us. This buoy, I don't think it's on the horizon. I think it's in front of it. Who knows how far away the horizon is? We don't.
Yes, it is just below the horizon. No, it's not below the horizon, Miles. It's in front of. In front of. It's not below.
No. Okay? But just think about this in abstraction. Think about the fact that he believes that there's 264 feet of drop.
Well, that's what the two images appear. And if the Earth was a globe, this is exactly, or very close to, what we would expect.
Again, he's just making a declaration of what we would expect. He's given no data. No data. No data.
To observe. That 260 feet that you calculated, which is probably a little bit inaccurate, but never mind, is over a distance of many miles.
Of many miles. How much is many miles? You see what just happened there? Miles? How much is many in miles? Many miles. You notice how he stammered there because he didn't want to give any accurate details here? Right.
Or kilometers. I think roughly 30 kilometers. So that's not actually a very steep curve or slope.
Do you see how much or how far the base of Bass Rock is? You can deny the steepness of the grade past the horizon all you want, but in order to have 264 feet missing, that is a pretty significant grade. And as we all know, water does not exist on an angle. It levels out. Water is level. It does not exist on a slope or an arc.
I think it would be quite absurd to suggest that that much of vast rock is obscured by some miraging effect at the horizon.
Okay. Notice now that he just said, I think it would be quite absurd to suggest. Okay. No one's making any suggestions yet, Miles. Why are you poisoning the well? Why are you creating a straw man? You've just suggested that there's 264 feet of this mountain missing, and there's a lower level of water, 264 feet lower, and at 20 miles difference. Sorry, excuse me. All right, so right now, Miles is poisoning the well.
So the point I was making, and I really wasn't trying to poison the well, I wasn't attempting to ridicule or discredit, I was simply pointing out that inferior mirage has been suggested previously by flat earthers as the explanation for why some portions, lower portions of objects are hidden from view. The point I was trying to make is that there is very little evidence of inferior mirage in the Dalgety Bay picture due to the conditions on that the photograph was taken with sunlight reflecting from the water surface. And therefore, to suggest that inferior mirage might be the cause seems...
Again, he's missing the point. Simply because you've had someone else in a previous... Okay, look. We don't have enough clarity in these images to describe what we're seeing as an inferior mirage. So it's irrelevant for you to bring in what someone else has said about a different observation. It's irrelevant. It contaminates the mental process of thinking through these things, especially for your gamma soy boy globeflake followers who just nom just eat up what you're spewing.
Seems to me to be not a good explanation. But if you want to make the case that that particular image has an inferior mirage, which is...
I don't want to make the case that there's an inferior... Who are you talking to, Miles? This is your video that says Travis, aka The Plain Truth. I have not suggested an inferior mirage in this. Why are you doing this? This makes no argumentative sense. None.
Sufficiently large to obscure the whole of the island. Please go ahead. As I've said, I want to hear the flat earth explanations and then to consider whether those flat earth explanations offer as good an explanation for the observation as the spherical earth explanations. That's the whole point of this observation and these videos, is to get flat earth explanations. So, forgive me if I have poisoned the well here. That was not my intention, and I still look forward to hearing any explanation that you might have to offer.
I'm not going to offer another explanation, Miles, until you give more photographic evidence.
This picture that I took this morning at Dalgety Bay was quite fortunate in that the sun is shining quite brightly and reflecting off the surface of water.
All right. He says it's quite fortunate that the sun is shining this bright off the water. This to me looks like a manipulated image. I have never seen the sun wash out this much area of a photograph ever. You'll see the ocean or the water look like it's a blue blanket with diamonds strewn across it, catching the light. You'll see flickers of light dancing as the waves move. This, in my opinion, Miles washed this out himself, because I believe that it would show that the water was had the appearance of being ramped up to this level. I have many photographs where if Miles had not...
Now, if he's paying attention, this is my alternate explanation right here. My alternate explanation is proximate looming. The water is being lifted up by refraction. It's being raised up. This is a false horizon. This is a mirage of sorts. It's not a mirror image, but it's a refractive distortion. I don't even know how else to call it. I have no problem calling it a mirage. If you want to call it an illusion, I suppose that's fine as well. But if globe flakes can have no problem with distant looming, that is, looming it raises up images beyond the horizon, why couldn't you feel comfortable with looming in front of the horizon? I see no reason why you couldn't be. Very reasonable to me.
So if he's paying attention right now, I'm giving my answer right here, and I did it in full knowledge of what I was saying at the moment. Overexposed this photograph here, you would see the water, and it would look as though Miles were close down to it. Closer to the water, lower down. But he conveniently washed it out. Another shitty image. This is horrible. And he's going to say, look how crisp this line is. No, it's not. Look at all the undulations. Look at this. That is not a crisp line.
So Travis is accusing me of manipulating this image in some deceptive or underhand way in order to...
Right. Yeah, I am. Right. So you're telling me, Miles, that you went to Dalgety Bay and took one shot. This one shot. This is all you took? How about you show me more shots? That way I can verify or correct myself, right? I can verify my accusation or correct myself. This looks like...
conceal what is actually going on. I did adjust the contrast slightly in the original image in order to get the boy to stand out a little bit more and to...
So why didn't you give us that information? Why didn't you show us the original what's the word I'm looking for? Why didn't you show us the raw image and then show us the contrast? Because you made it seem like this image was pure and pristine when you just said right now, oh yeah, I did touch the levels a bit to bring out the buoy. You didn't say that in your first video, Miles. So that is a bit of sin by omission, right? You left it out, Miles. Miles the liar omitting. I'm gonna let Sleeping Warrior keep his Miles the liar, Davis. Miles, you are Miles the omitter, Davis. Miles omission Davis. How about that?
get the clarity of the island a little better. Here is the original image.
Okay, great. That, whatever.
As you can see, if anything, the sea is even more washed out. This photograph is taken from a video. It's a still frame from a video. Here is the video itself, or a clip from it, so you can see exactly what was taken on the day. So this...
Aha. Okay. See? This is what I'm talking about. This is like Erebus. Tell me what's wrong with this photo. Is there anything wrong with this photo? And you don't know that he's taken a shot. It's not washed out. That's a reflection. The water is reflecting the sun. It's not washed out. Oh my gosh, this guy is a complete liar! Liar!
Is a clip from the video from which the still was taken. I start with the camera zoomed fully out and zoom
All of this information would have eliminated my comments, Miles.
in. I've slowed it down to half speed so that I can narrate over here. Now I've got the exposure level a little bit high, as I stated, simply because I wanted to get the horizon, the contrast between the horizon and the sky or the water in the sky as sharp.
Okay, again, for me, I wouldn't publish this. This is not a good photograph. It's just not a good photograph. Hold on, I'm responding to Willie. I guess I'm not going to type in Willie. If you whatever. If I doubt he will, but if he comes over, I'll bring him on. I'll bring him on.
As possible. Yes, there are waves on the horizon, Travis, and that's because we're zoomed in.
That's not the point, Miles. You said it was a crisp, clear image, bro. Oh my word. These guys are psychological manipulators. These guys are gaslighting. Just they gaslight. His comment right there makes it seem like I misspoke. I'm not the one who misspoke.
A lot. It's a little bit overexcited, but the effect of that sunlight reflecting off the water is that it gives us this very nice, sharp, crisp horizon here.
That is not a very nice, sharp, crisp horizon. Wake up, people.
By sharp and crisp, I mean that the contrast between the
Yeah, by sharp and crisp, right? What?
sky and the water is very clear.
Okay. When is the contrast between the sky and the water not clear, Miles? This is a bunch of bullshit. This is bullshit coming out of this guy's mouth.
You can see where the sky stops and where the water starts. Of course, there are waves on the water, Travis, and as I said earlier, that's why you have those little bumps on the horizon. Inferior miraging sorts of effects tend to occur when the light from the sky.
We're not talking about inferior mirages. There's no reason to waste our time with this discussion about inferior mirages.
Okay, but you and other people.
Oh my God, he's doing it again. Okay, but you and other people. That's not now. That's not now, Miles. That's not now. Miles the Omitter. Hey, what's going on, Joe Mama? Captain Joe Mama in the house. Shout out to Captain Joe. Miles the Omitter.
I've talked about inferior mirages in the past, and that's all that I was.
It's irrelevant, Miles. It has no relevance to this current video or interpretation.
The only point that I was making here is that I don't see how inferior mirage could explain.
This is like arguing with a woman who's making a point about an argument that you had with her 3 months ago. She's like, yeah, but my point is that 3 months ago you said this. I'm like, I'm not saying it now. Yeah, but my point was 3 months ago you said it and it hurt my feelings.
So let's hear your alternative explanation.
Again, Miles, I'm not going to give you an alternative explanation until you give me more data. And by more data, I mean more photographs, not of the sun's reflection. See, okay, look, this is how deceptive this guy is. When he showed the original video, he did not tell the audience that what you're looking at is the reflection of the sun off the water. He just said that as far as I remember, he just said that it is washed out, right? It's washed out. So I could be misspeaking right here because I'm playing it back in my head right now. So he could very well be saying that the sun is hitting the surface of the water. That's fine. That's fine. But he didn't tell us that he's zoomed in, right? How much he zoomed in. He didn't show us the information. My point is, when he went to the video and showed that reflection of the sun, if he had done that in the beginning and said, here is the zoomed out and now here's the zoomed in, I would not have made any critical comments about how this image is washed out. It's all context.
Based on the Earth being flat. That's what I want. That's what I'm interested in.
He's trying to talk about how the rays of light are coming down and bouncing off the water, and the water is bouncing off. This is absolute god. Okay, so there it is, right there. So yeah, he did say that the rays of light are bouncing off the water. Again, the way that I was looking at it, it just didn't. It made more sense once you had the zoomed out vantage point. So there you go. Which is why I'm talking over. You want to go listen to that? Go back to his channel and listen to that. Crazy.
I'm not sure why you think it's crazy to think that the reason that the water looks like this in the image is because sunlight is being reflected from that water into the camera lens. But okay, you think it's crazy? Also, just the sheer amount of natural islands that is missing from our view.
There's nothing missing.
Is missing from our view. And that rock is 115 meters, I think, from reflection above mean sea level. So we're talking about maybe 70 meters of that rock is just blocked from our view.
88.
Completely.
He says he's off. I'm not going to correct him right now. It's going to take too much time, but he's off. I showed you that the Wikipedia has 107 meters. It's 350 feet. 88 feet is missing.
And it's that curvature of the Earth that blocks our view of the island.
No, it's not curvature. The
So
Earth is not
if
curved,
you're watching this video, I'd be interested to hear your flat Earth explanation for this particular observation. Thank you for watching. I look forward to reading your comments.
All right. So what I'm going to do real quick is he's making a point. Let's see. I'm going to go back real quick because he highlighted with text. the Wikipedia. He says he's.
Hold on.
Of the natural islands that is missing from our view.
Okay, so there's nothing missing. Is that your explanation? Again, when I say that there's nothing missing, right? I'm talking in your overlay. Sure, it looks like there's stuff missing. What I'm saying is that I can't tell you that there's anything missing because I don't have more photographic evidence from Dalgety Bay. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that there's anything missing. You're telling me that it's missing. You're showing me a blink test that it's missing. Okay? Now, I pulled up some photographs that I've taken of the platform Gina in the Channel Islands. Why do I not see any of them? Did it crash? I had all of these photographs. Wow, I had like crazy. I had like 10 photographs pulled up. All right. Let's see. All right, I'm going to pull up this one. And then I got to go over here. Give me a second to pull these back up. I don't know why my Microsoft Photos crashed. And I'm going to pull up this one. Oh, the wheel on the screen keeps on turning. All right, there's that. Give me a second, guys. I apologize. Like I said, I had tried to pull this up so I'd have it ready, and it seems like it crashed. All right, pull this one up. Go over here. Pull this folder up. I got to hunt and peck for it now. I had all this done. I was such a good boy. I had it all ready for everybody. All right. So I think that this was one of them. Yep, this was one of them. And let's see. It's telling me it can't open these. Why can't it open these? Crack a smurf. Why won't it open these photos? This happened yesterday when I was trying to open these. It said that it wouldn't open the file, and couldn't figure out why. I thought Jose was having a show, and then he's over here in our chat. Did his show not last very long? See how long it's taken for the laptop to open up a simple PDF or a simple JPEG? It's crazy. Alright. Sorry, guys. All apologies. Let me try to think now. Think. I think I have it in here. Okay, that was that. Okay, there's that. And all right, there's that one. All right, January 2019, okay. Gina Stills, there we go. All right, here we go. This is it right here, okay? And is this, I think that's the same one. This one has the levels changed. This is, the levels changed on this one because I wanted to see more details. So, all right, so this
image, like this would be like me just putting up one image, right? And so here, let me show you the contrast. This would be like I gotta find one from farther away. This one right here. Okay, are we still on track here? Let me make sure that my I've been distracted, so hold on. I'm Miles Davis. Or no, I'm Slice Barkane. Track here. Okay, there's my sultry sound of my voice. All right, so here's what Miles Davis is doing, right? This is one location, a different location, okay? This is a different location, all right? Come on now. Hold on. All right. These are two different locations, same oil platform, two different locations, okay? Same month. This oil platform is I'm sorry, let me say it this way. When I took this picture, I was 6 miles closer than this image here. Okay? Trying to think through. Hold on. This was Rincon. This is Ventura State Beach. Ventura State Beach. Okay, I'm going to correct myself. I am 10 miles closer. Okay? So I was at Ventura State Beach here. Took a picture. Click. I drove up to Rincon, camped out 3 days later. Okay? My point is, what Miles Davis is saying is, here's a photograph from Kinghorn, and look, we can see the full platform. But at Delgetty Bay, we can only see this much. Why is that? Look at all this earth curve in 10 miles. Look at all this earth curve. Okay? The problem is I have photographs of the same location here, like this one, and you can see more of the platform. Now again, I had other ones that were more clear pulled up, but because Microsoft crashed or whatever, it is what it is. Okay? But my point is that I don't make decisions on simply one photograph, right? But both of these are taken from the same location. You can see more here. You can't see more here. What's going on? What's the difference? I'll have to do another photo. I think of this one. Yeah, okay, here we go. Here we go. I did pull one up. Okay. This was from last year, April 28. All right, so that's why I don't make just like one shot evaluations. Let me pull this up. I'm going to show this video real quick. I saw that come up. I thought that was a pretty good one. Beef. Let's see. Go back. Trying to think if I was. All right. Is that it? I thought it was a different. Hold on. There it is. This one here. All right. So I'm going to go back to this and wrap up. I think he was getting close to being done. So, although there's 15 minutes left. There's nothing missing.
Is missing from our view. And that rock is 115 meters, I think, from recollection, above mean sea level. So we're talking about maybe 70 meters of that rock is just blocked from our view
88.
completely.
He says he's off. I'm not going to correct him right now. It's going to take too much time, but he's off. I showed you that the Wikipedia has 107 meters. It's 350 feet. 88 feet is missing.
And it's that curvature of the Earth that blocks our view of the island.
No, it's not curvature. The
So,
Earth is not
if that's
curved
watching this
miles.
video, I'd be interested to hear your flat Earth explanation for this particular observation. Thank you for watching. I look forward to reading your comments below.
All right, so I don't want to try to. I want to try not to take up too much more time. I want to try to make this as succinct as possible.
So you're going to do the very thing that you complained that I did. Keep the video short and concise as possible.
No. See, this is a freaking psychopath right here. This is a psychopath who is gaslighting and manipulating the conversation. No. You and I both said we wanted to keep the video succinct. I'm not saying it for the same reasons you are. That's where the manipulation comes in. So you're saying the same thing? No. It's not the same thing. All right. Let's see. Let me get over to Google Earth image. Give it a little bit of time to hopefully. All right, I'm going to try to wrap this up. Okay. He wants flat earthers to explain the image. First of all, both images were absolutely atrocious with their quality. Okay, I think I'm going to have to refresh this. Dag blast it. Both images were atrocious with their quality. I would need to have multiple images of both the Kinghorn observation and the Dalgety Bay observation in order to quantify my explanation. I do have an explanation, but I'm not going to make it based on the lack of information that you withheld and the poor quality of the images. Miles the Omitter Davis.
Amount of images. So you're not going to get an explanation from me right now. Okay, if you want an explanation,
So you have an explanation for this observation, but you're not prepared to tell us what it is.
No, I am
And
prepared.
The reason you give.
I am prepared. I can give you an explanation, but it's going to be open to easy criticism because you only provide one photograph. It would be easily dismissed because of one photograph. So I am prepared. Again, you are twisting, you psychopathic, gaslighting globeflake, omitter.
For not being prepared to tell us what
I am prepared.
it is because you don't like the quality of the images shown, and you're only seeing at this point 2 images.
That's correct. Yeah, the quality, and there's only one image from each location. Correct. Thank you.
And you want to see many, many more in order to quantify your explanation. I'm really not asking for a quantified explanation at this stage. Once we have some explanations in principle, like the globe Earth explanation that I published, then we can look at each of those explanations.
You didn't publish a globe Earth explanation because you didn't crunch the numbers. You didn't run through your data in the video that I watched. Okay, you just gave raw data, one image from each location.
And see whether they match the observation accurately, and whether other observations that have been made of the same island, the Bass Rock, from these positions and from other positions fit with both explanations, or perhaps fit much better with one explanation than the other. But until we have in principle explanations, there is absolutely no point at all in going into great detail. The reason that I want the explanation in principle first is because what usually happens with these sorts of observations is that people who think that the Earth...
Right, what usually happens. Again, you are borrowing trouble. You're anticipating something that hasn't happened. You're projecting. I can offer you an explanation. I would venture to guess that my explanation is not going to make sense to you because you are providing only one image and you are interpreting that image
in your way. And if I say, here's my interpretation, you're going to probably say, possibly, that doesn't make any sense to me. How does that make any sense? And my point is, it's not going to without more photographic evidence. It's very simple.
That is flat will either pick on some tiny way in which this observation doesn't quite match the spherical Earth geometry. They'll usually ignore something like atmospheric refraction, or claim that the camera height was different to that I've recorded or stated. And the whole discussion gets bogged down in the weeds of
the weeds of detail, right? The devil is in the detail. Miles the Omitter Davis. Very simple. Very simple. If I showed you the one image of my Discord link doesn't work. Okay. Is someone trying to join Discord? I don't have my Discord. I'm not on that channel right now, so. But I've got to wrap this up. So is someone trying to join my Discord? I think that the Discord link, you have to refresh it each time. So it must be the first link that I made when I put the description content available. All right. Let's try to finish this
a
up.
few feet here or there, a few meters here or there, rather than dealing with, in principle, what the explanations actually are, and then being able to drill down on exactly which of those explanations best matches the reality in which we live.
This Google is dragging. Okay, I got to wrap this up. Try to maybe finish up tomorrow at minute 36. Okay. I have explained in excruciating detail on my channel the interpretation of what I have called proximate looming. I have many photographs of the same observation with different results, with more missing, with higher channel markers, lower channel markers, less horizon, more horizon. And I have walked through those explanations in detail. So I have more than enough information in my back pocket to present an explanation for your photograph. All right? But I am not going to show you one image like this and say, how do you explain this? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to try to trick you. I'm going to show you numerous images that I have from the same location where you can see more of this platform. I'm going to show you everything that I have. Okay? So I'm going to close out with this video that I took of platform Gina from the Rincon. Okay, I was camping on the Rincon, and this was the photograph that I got, or the video. So we'll look at that just real quick, and then I got to wrap it up. All right, so like 12 more minutes. In the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Jose, what are you doing here? Don't you have a show? I don't think Bev has ever been to my channel, Jose. I don't think Gary's ever been to my channel, Jose. quit spamming the chat, Jose? Yeah. Later, Jose. Bye. Not sure why this isn't opening. Here we go. That's about what it looks like to my eye. So if the horizon means anything, I suppose that means that's 3 miles away, but I don't believe it. That's a lot. That's farther than 3 miles. You can see straight down to the ship. Right? All right, so I'm camping on the Rincon, and again, I got an overcast day, so I'm shooting out and just panning right to left on the horizon right now. I guess I could say I don't know that it's more than 3 miles, but so you can see that I'm holding my position right here. You can see another boat coming right here. I don't know if it's a sailboat or not, or if this is just an extension of something else, but you can see it right over here. I'll push play and we'll just watch it. They're both moving across the screen. So my camera's stationary. That boat just moved off, and then this boat is coming. I can't see this probably looking through the viewfinder. Look at that. That is the Anacapa Island. Look, if I showed you, look at how big the lighthouse is. You see this? Blink test this. I'm going to go back. This is an inferior mirage. You cut this in half. Cut that in half. All you're getting is the very top of the island. Let's blink test this real quick, even though I'm not going to be able to because I am not very adroit at doing Photoshop or anything like that. See if I can pull in stuff from, when did I go out with Joe? 18th? All right, here we go. Great, it's going to take forever. All right, in the meantime, so you cut this in half, and you've got the very top of the island. Well, yeah, that's because it's behind the curve, bro. It's behind the curve. You could do the same thing that Miles Davis was doing. Blink test, you would have the whole freaking island underneath the water. Yeah, except I can show you images from this same location with the island fully exposed and the lighthouse. You can't even see the lighthouse, it's so small. Look how magnified this is. This is magnification and an inferior mirage all in one.
See, I've got to figure out, what I find interesting is that these oil platforms are relatively the same distance. So I'm really interested to find out what is up with that first one we just saw that is very low to the water surface. Because if you think about these other ones that I've got, they don't exhibit that same presentation, right? They don't exhibit the same. So, okay, let me see with my naked eye. Got it. Over here, this one. Larger.
Alright. Thought I had this. There's
So
a,
that looks like a
tanker cut in half.
There are right here.
I thought that this said AT. I had this label as AT-AT. I don't see it. Did I miss it? I think I missed it. Alright, I gotta go back. I must have missed it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. It was right there at the beginning.
That's about what it looks like in my eye, so.
Alright. Right here is platform Gina. Right here. Okay? Wasted all that time. I forgot what I was looking for, and I didn't see it even when I was looking for it. Got distracted by the, what is this? Why is this blinking? Yep, you know what? The whole crack-a-smurf, the whole, Windows photos crashed again. Yeah. Okay. Let's pull this up real quick. Let's do this real quick. See if this changes. No, I don't like that. Alright, there you see it right there? Right there. Okay? Now, you see what that looks like? Right? Ugh, I lost my pictures. Ay. Let's see if I can pull one up. I'll do this and then I'll be done. Because I gotta get going. And let's see. I'll just show you. All right, so you've got this part right here. These are the extensions on the platform. It would take me forever to do this because I just haven't got the skills down to like cut out the images like a PNG and do overlays, fade in and fade out and transparency. Come on. All right, thanks everybody for being here. I'm going to say my goodbyes now. Rude Earther, thank you so much for being a part of the show here in the chat. Danny D, as always. Cleary, Jolly Man is out there. Everybody who has been here, thanks so much. Thank you. And it's still not pulled up. Here we go. All right. So this again is from this location. Okay, the same location. You've got an inferior mirage on this one. Okay, but if we level out the horizon, there's the horizon there, there's the horizon there. Look and see what's missing. Look at, you've got this compression. They're brought together closer, right? Okay. If you did an overlay, this much would be like under the water. Okay. You got all of this stuff doesn't match up. Oh, this matches best. This matches perfectly with the globe. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You can crunch the numbers and then put an equal sign from the numbers to the picture and say this equals that, but you can't prove it. You can just say that your equation over here equals the photo here. You can't do that. It doesn't work. Anyway. All right, guys, thanks again. I got to wrap this up because I got 2 nephews here and we're going to be going up for a hike. So I've got to do that. This has been another exciting adventure of The Plain Truth. I'm your host, Travis Finley. Until next time.